Okay, Mr. Three-Wheeled Bike here with another video. I haven't done a video in at least a week, and I thought it was time. I kind of gave up on the weed eater over here to making the hit and miss. I tore the carb apart. If you can tell the difference, everything is now shiny and clean. I tore the carb apart, cleaned it thanks to some people helping me online, and the thing was doing the same thing. I don't even think it got any better. Also checked the fuel lines. And then the other thing that happened, I don't understand this. Here it is. Now look at the shaft. Why is the shaft facing up? When I was cranking that, it did that, and I can't get it to go back. So I don't know. I'm also kind of giving up on that just because I'm tired of looking at it. So here's my new hit and miss, or it will be. I have a couple questions in here. This is a blower engine. Matter of fact, I have the blower right here. Is the information on this? It's a Homelite. Wow, you can't kill these engines, I'll tell you. Homelite BX90. 150 mile per hour winds. And, yeah, it was my dad's when I was a kid, like little anyway. And he bought that, and it broke. Then he bought this. And this is what we're using currently. It's one of those detachable Craftsman's Speed Start. This thing is incredibly easy to turn over. I mean, look, let me show you. One finger. Can I? Well, one finger and a thumb. That takes nothing to pull over. One finger, guys. Try doing that with, I don't know, a typical two-stroke. It won't even, well, it comes up, but it's hard. That is amazingly easy. And then try doing it on a four-stroke. I won't even get past the compression. Yeah, see, that's not going anywhere. But, yeah, that's an awesome thing. I'll do a review sometimes. But, anyway, here's my blower engine. It's, I've cleaned it. It did run when I put it under the house about, I don't know, 6 months ago. But it didn't run before. I had to fix it. So I cleaned the carb, took everything out, cleaned the carb, squirt, took off the exhaust. I've lubed up the engine, put WD-40 down there, sprayed it on the joints. Probably will screw it up somehow, but took the back off, cleaned it. This engine used to have gook that looked like that. I haven't gotten it all out. All over it, just this was a black engine. And I've cleaned it off, got out the stuff out of the fins, made it nice, because it used to be so bad. When the engine got hot, the engine would smoke because there was so much crud on here. Let's see. Have it stripped down pretty nice here. And my muffler, I took it apart, and I should have done a video of it when I first took it apart. The amount of carbon I had in this muffler, I mean, I can't see through that screen. I can't barely blow through the screen. WD-40, when you spray it out, the thing doesn't want to go through that screen. I don't know what I should do. Should I trash it? Should I run it without this? Because, you know, I'm not really that worried about the environment. Oh, no, sue me. No, I am, but not like one engine ain't going to kill it. But see, the muffler just came apart. The whole thing looked like this. I mean, there was a ton of carbon. I soaked this in gas and then sprayed some WD and then rubbed it. There was at least a fourth of an inch of carbon on everything. I've already, like I said, knocked a lot of it off. So I got to do that. I need to get the gas off before I put it back together, because I don't think it would be good to have a fire in your muffler. Let's see, what else can I talk about this engine? I've currently lost my spark plug. Should be over here, but I can't find it. And other parts to the engine, by the way. Air filter, muffler screws, all the carburetor stuff. And like I said, no spark plug. It's just disappeared. Oh, wait, I found it. Look. That's good. I'm glad I came over here. Anyway, I cleaned the spark plug, too. Soaked it in gas and sanded the head. So, yeah, hopefully this will work better now. Let's see. What else did I do? I'm cleaning the muffler. Cleaned the carb. See, the carb is all shiny now. Inside and out. Couldn't get the diaphragm off, by the way. The diaphragm was just... It would move and looked fine, but I don't know what the inside of the diaphragm looks like, because it just wouldn't come off, and I didn't want to replace it, because this is an engine from at least the 90s. yeah, so anyway, did that. I think that's all I did to it, really. I mean, it ran and all. I know, my lead BB shot jar. Someone gave me an awesome email in my question video about can I use gas for carb cleaner. WD-40, they said not so much, but gasoline, let me just say, folks, I dropped this carburetor, took it apart, dropped this carburetor and that carburetor in the gas. It cleaned it like you wouldn't believe. All the dirt came off. So, you know, it's a really good practice if you don't have carb cleaner. Only thing is it does eat plastic. These used to be not faded and looked red and blue. And I had a... Where is that? I think I threw it in here. Yeah. This was a styrofoam cup yesterday. Or no, not styrofoam. This is a plastic cup. And I dropped it in there, or had gas in there, and it started leaking. So I just threw it in this jar. And it resulted in that. And it's like a Play-Doh-y, gassy smelling thing. I'm sure if I threw it in a fire, it would be one big bang. But anyway, but let me get on to my question. This is going to be the hit and miss as soon as I reassemble it. Now, one time I accidentally did run this thing, and here's my question. Without the fan on, I didn't know that it was off, and I turned it over, and of course the thing went boom. The second you don't want it to run, it runs. So then, of course, it ran way too high RPMs. Didn't mess up the engine. It's ran after that fine. But, could I run? Is there a way I could run this without this? Because this is kind of messing up my whole hit and miss, this big fan. Because I don't need the fan anymore. What do you guys suggest doing? I got to build this a base, and I have some bearings over here. Let's see. This bearing right here. Let's see. Here's my... Oop. Okay, I have two bearings. This bearing fits the outside of my spacer. This bearing fits the inside of the, or the outside of my shaft. So, you know, I don't know how exactly, but this would obviously, I would have wood, you know, this would just be tapped into wood. Then this would spin. And then that's my base, and then off the base I would have another shaft coming that extends it so I can have a gear. Probably, if I could find a way to take a gear off that looks about like this, it needs to be heavy too, I would just use it. And then after I get that gear off, I would get a governor, hook up my contact points to my kill switch right here. This thing, the instruction says to kill it with the choke, so I would hook it up and then, you know, call it a day. But anyway, but my question really is the whole point of this video. Is there a way to run this without the fan? It's like, right, if I take off the spark plug, put it there, flip this thing over on its back, you know. What I want to do is I just want to take this off the fan and be able to run it without killing it because of the high RPMs. But, yeah, anyway. It kind of looks cool, but not really. So, not that cool. Because, see, you can run a weed eater. Weed eaters are simple, but, yeah, I don't know. Something. I'll do something. But just answer that question for me if you don't mind. The steam engine is also done. I'm about to do a video, but there you go.